Today I have been asked to share an exciting and inspiring story of my granny group, supporting African grandmothers who are caring for their grandchildren because their own children have died of AIDS. December 1 has been internationally recognized as World AIDS Day. It is a day to remember those lost to AIDS and show support for those living with AIDS. Now, a brief AIDS 101 course. AIDS is the disease, and HIV the virus causing the disease. HIV the virus is caused by sexual contact, illicit drug use or shared needles, and infected blood. The virus destroys white blood cells. There is no cure for AIDS. However, treatment does reduce the amount of HIV in the body. Today, 77% of the 40 million living with AIDS worldwide are accessing ARVs, drugs that keep the virus from replication and essentially make HIV a chronic, manageable illness. Young African women account for half of all new cases. Now to my part of the story. Stephen Lewis, a Canadian politician, broadcaster, and diplomat, worked as the United Nations Special Envoy for HIV/AIDS in Africa from 2001 to 2006. In 2003, he and his daughter, Elana Landsberg Lewis, established the Stephen Lewis Foundation, the SLF, to support community-led efforts to end the AIDS epidemic in sub-Saharan Africa. In 2006, the foundation brought African grandmothers to Toronto for a grandmothers gathering before the AIDS conference. The Grandmothers to Grandmothers campaign was born. The movement took off across Canada, and today 200 groups raise awareness and funds to support the struggling African grandmothers. Groups exist today not only in Canada, but the US, the UK, and Australia. Many of you know that I am a member of the Women on Wheels. We have been friends and cycling together for 45 years. This picture of the WOW, as we call ourselves, the Wild Old Women, our partners call us, was taken this year in August at our friendship bench we donated to the city in Canada. In 2006, the year Stephen Lewis launched the Grandmothers to Grandmothers campaign, the WOW were away cycling. We read of this movement in the Globe and Mail, and the idea was launched. Why couldn't we, as older women with wisdom, energy, connections, time, and skill join this movement. Our membership has expanded since 2006 and number over 25 today. Our mission statement is, "We are friends committed to working together to support African grandmothers and their orphaned grandchildren." 3 of our members have traveled to Africa to assist with projects supported by the foundation. Since cycling was our initial collective, we hold the Ride to Turn the Tide. This 15th year saw 31 cyclists raise funds and cycle up to 200 kilometers over 2 days. Jack and I have both cycled the route and been generously supported by many members of this congregation. I still raise funds, though I don't cycle that distance, but I drive the support van. This year, the ride raised $93,000. The cyclists make a stop at a school in Almont, where students are made aware of why we raise funds to support the African grandmothers and their grandchildren. In addition, we hold a plant and garden sale in May and a coffee party and book exchange in November. All funds raised are sent to the foundation. Over our time as the Grassroots Grannies, we have raised over $1 million for the foundation. Special friends and family often help with our projects. We refer to them as our grand others. Our group recently received a citation from the foundation for being one of the top 10 fundraisers in the country. In the letter from the foundation recognizing our group, and it's up there, but I will read it. The grandmothers supported by the campaign are pillars of strength for their communities as they care for their grandchildren and support their wider communities physically, emotionally, and at times financially. Where once they struggled to establish a strong voice for themselves, they are now advocates leading important systemic change, and we are proud to be a part of a movement that makes this advocacy possible. Funds we raise for the Stephen Lewis Foundation support community-led organizations in a way that respects their expertise and does not impose restrictive guidelines. This approach was applauded at the AIDS conference in Munich this year. Dave is going to show 2 short videos which show the work of the foundation.
Zinanga nejimu kwamba ndindizaga 27 nabezega ndi HIV 2022 natenda amene wana bwera nabeza mamuna bambwaga mwana manula tuka program ja takhala nawo tapita no anandipeza tsiku lokayamba skelo pamene andipeza kuti ndili matenda pamene namba ndondomeko kuno
Our main goal is to minimize maternal mortality rate, and the morbidity rate as well. So basically we start from when the mother is pregnant. We do family planning, under 5 clinic, and also antenatal clinic. After they are found positive with HIV, we give them the drugs and also monitor them monthly. After they give birth, we also monitor the child. We do rapid tests and give them drugs to give the child for prevention during breastfeeding. Once the child is 2 years old, then she or he is out of our program.
Pasogwa mananga nikangoganiza ngati kuti mina Yesu azakhala mpulogalamu yomweyi apena umanda umona Mulungu baraka Mulungu chifukwa choti anterezera mpaka watuluka mu mpulogalamu. Aya panabe usalidwa uliwonse amayanga amangondilimbikitsa ndondomeko yokumwa mankhwala koma usalidwa kundi palibe. Anandigawiranso kunku tinapita maphunziro enake ndi ananoti zipita kamwe anthu amamizimu chani amazi alibe kani zovala timachapira kati mulimbikitsa munthu kati aukanika kufoka kupita chipata katenga mankhwala timamumbusa chimwemwe timamulangiza timamuza kuti ifenso tinali choncho mwana wathu ndiuyisanzo timampasa mbatani pa ife monga ndafotokozera muja soti ifenso makalingalo amene tinali nawo koma tinangopanga chisankho kuti bwati ngambosata chani ndondomeko tidambosata ndondomeko ndi ife tinakhala tili bwinofe.
Ine dzina langa ndi Gloria Nkoma, ndimagwira pano ngati caregiver kapena mulezi othandizira ana pa sikulu pano. Ife mutu wathu omwe tifunaona pa CBCC yathu ndikuona kuti anawa adzikhala ndithu akuyankhula zomveka bwino kuti akapita kuwani mene ndinanenaso kale nthawi ijayo kuti anthu amatiyamikira kuti anawa mmaphunzitsa bwino akapita kusilivutikana nawo makhala kuti akungopitiriza zomwe timatani timapanga ifeyo. Timatha kupita mmakomo kafotokozera khola mwana lija chonde mawa mwanayo adzibwera kuchani ku sikulu asamangotani asamangokhala mwina sabwera tsiku limene tipitanso. Anawa akafika mongati zaka 5 timagawa m'magulu ndikuwapatsa kulemba ndi kuwerenga. Ntchito imene iyi thandizo lomwe tinalandira amatiphunzitsa akatiphunzitsa timaona kuti apa patasintha ndi kuti zomwe anenawo azitiyeni opanga chonchi tiyeni opanga chonchi. Ineyo chomwe chinandipangitsa kuti ndikhale ndi chidwi ndi ana ndi alaundi kwathu kuno kuli ana ambiri anawo amangokhala osatani osaphunzira then naona kuti ndi ntchito yoti ndidzipereke ndibwere apa ndidziphunzitsa anawa. Tinayamba ichi chisanamangidwe ndinakayamba kuphunzira ku ground uko. Ndikakhala kuti pa sikulu pathu pano pali phala ana amene abwera ngoti kahandidwe kwachali nako kuti akhoza kubwera ndi kuti athamako kagula kachani kandasi nkudzaja maejeni muno kumaweruko mapita kuti ku nyumba.
Ndi iwe mupita panja mukatonere nyengo mmene ili lero kuti kwani kuli mphepo kapena kuli dzuwa kapena kuli chani.
Anawa chomwe chingadzathandizire pa moyo wawo akuwerenga akudziwa kulemba chotolo atapita kuwaniko akamba oziti zimenezo ndekuti akamakula akula ndi moyo woti kodi ukamawerenga ukamatere umafika point yoti apa ukhoza upanga izi ukhoza usopanga izi.
Jack and I have home-hosted African grandmothers, and they are strong, vocal, resilient women. As Mama Darlena told us at breakfast one day, when a community member came to her house and asked to speak to the man of the house, she said, "I am the man of the house." The grandmothers are making a difference in their community by standing up for their rights. I am proud to be a member of this organization. Some of the grassroots grannies are here with me today. We have brought a display board showing our activities. Please check it out and chat with us after coffee hour, during coffee hour. We have some of our note cards for sale and also extra water bottles from the ride, which would make great stocking stuffers. Thank you very much.